Hi. The Trump administration has reportedly suspended participation in the historical Canada-U.S. Defense Advisory Board, a partnership that has existed since World War II. And this could affect Canadian military's strategy, defense spending, board securities, Canadian jobs, even our relationship with NATO. So what actually happens, and should Canadians be worried? Let's break it down. For over 80 years, Canada and United States worked together through the Permanent Joint Board on Defense, created in 1940s to coordinate North American defense. But now reports says the Pentagon is pausing the board to reassess whether the relationship still benefit U.S. interests. And wouldn't happen in isolation. Over the last several months, tensions between Washington and Ottawa have been growing. We have trade disputes, tariff threats, pressures on Canadian defense spending, and disagreement over economic independence and military recruitments. So how does this affect Canada? First, Canada may face pressure to spend much more on defense. The US has long criticized Canada for relying too heavily on American military protection while spending less than NATO targets. This move could be Washington's warning shot. Canada needs to carry more of its own weight. Second, Canada could accelerate military partnerships with Europe and other allies. If trust between Ottawa and Washington weakens, Canada may diversify where it buys military equipment and who it cooperates with. Third, this could impact Canadian defense companies and jobs. A colder relationship with the Pentagon could affect contracts, supply chains, and future defense investments tied to the United States. And fourth, this creates uncertainty around the Arctic defense. The Arctic is becoming one of the most important strategic regions in the world. Russia, China, shipping routes, resources, all of it matter. Now, this does not mean Canada and US are suddenly enemies. The countries are still deeply connected economically and militarily, but it does signal something important. Relationship is changing. For decades, Canada assumed the US partners was automatic and stable. Now, many experts believe Canada may need a more independent economic and defense strategy. And politically, this could become a huge issue in upcoming Canadian debates. Defense spending, sovereignty, trade dependence, and how close Canada should remain to the United States. One thing is clear, this is bigger than just a defense board. This is about the future of Canada and US relationships. What do you think? Should Canada become more independent from the US? Or should Ottawa work harder to rebuild the relationship? Comments below and follow for more Canadian finance, political, and world news.